In the heart of the Amazon, a family of giant otters begins their morning the way they always do. They swim together through calm, tea-colored water, diving and surfacing in perfect coordination, hunting fish among the submerged roots and drifting logs. Some rest along the sunlit bank, while others continue fishing, sharing their catch with practiced ease, chirping softly to one another as they work. This is a family built entirely on cooperation, every member playing a role in the group's survival, from the youngest pup to the largest adult. The morning continues in this familiar rhythm, swimming, feeding, resting, and playing along the riverbank. Giant otters are among the most social predators in the Amazon, rarely straying far from one another, their constant communication a defense against the many dangers hidden throughout their territory. But nearby, in the shadows of the dense rainforest, a jaguar has taken notice. Golden fur, marked with dark rosettes, moves silently through the undergrowth, amber eyes locked on the otters below. The jaguar creeps closer, staying low, studying the group with patient, calculated focus. It watches the otters play, feed, and rest, searching for a single moment of vulnerability, fully aware that a healthy adult otter, armed with sharp teeth and a fierce temperament, is not an easy target. That moment comes when one of the pups wanders slightly away from the safety of the group. The jaguar's eyes narrow, and in a sudden burst of speed, it lunges from the cover of the reeds, seizing the pup and dragging it away from the water's edge. The reaction is immediate. The mother otter's head snaps up, and she releases a piercing alarm call that cuts through the stillness of the river. Without hesitation, she charges directly at the jaguar, teeth bared, fur bristling with aggression, biting at its leg with everything she has. The rest of the family reacts just as quickly. Otter after otter surges out of the water, rushing toward the jaguar from every direction. Within seconds, the jaguar finds itself surrounded, snapped at, and bitten from all sides by a coordinated, furious group. It swipes at the nearest attackers, trying desperately to hold its ground, but the sheer number of otters overwhelms it. What began as a hunt for an easy meal has turned into a battle the jaguar cannot win. Realizing it cannot survive this fight, the jaguar releases the pup and turns to flee, disappearing back into the forest as the otters continue snapping at its heels. The pup scrambles back to its mother, safe once again, pressing close against her side as she checks it over carefully. The family regroups at the water's edge, calling softly to one another, the danger finally past. Slowly, calm returns. The otters slip back into the river, swimming, bathing, and resting together as if the encounter had never happened. A family that faces danger together and recovers together just as quickly. Time passes peacefully along the river as the sun climbs higher into the sky. But beneath the surface, another predator begins to stir. A caiman drifts silently through the shallow water, dark-scaled hide barely breaking the surface as it moves closer to the otter family, drawn by their presence nearby and the opportunity they seem to represent. One of the otters notices the caiman's approach, and instantly the group responds. Rather than fleeing, the otters turn toward the threat together, converging on the caiman's position in the water without hesitation. What began as a potential ambush quickly reverses into a coordinated counterattack, the otters biting at the caiman's legs, tail, and neck from multiple directions at once. The caiman thrashes violently, trying to shake off its attackers, but it is outnumbered and increasingly overwhelmed by the speed and coordination of the group. The otters pressed their advantage, working together with relentless persistence, wearing down the caiman's resistance through sheer coordination and numbers rather than individual strength. Slowly, the struggle in the shallow water begins to still. Victory belongs to the otter family. Where the caiman had once posed a serious threat, it now becomes the group's next meal. The otters begin feeding together along the riverbank, sharing their hard-won prize, a rare and remarkable display of a small predator overpowering one so much larger through teamwork alone. This is one of the Amazon's most surprising realities, that even a caiman, powerful and heavily armored, can fall to a determined family working as one. After feeding, the family settles once more into a period of rest, floating calmly along the water's surface, content and full, grooming one another along the sunlit bank. But the day's challenges are not yet finished. Along the reeds near the riverbank, a massive anaconda begins to emerge, its dark, patterned body moving slowly and silently through the vegetation. The anaconda's path soon crosses with one of the otters resting near the water's edge. For a tense moment, the great snake simply watches, tongue flicking, seemingly deciding whether to strike. The otter freezes, alert, aware of the danger just a short distance away, its earlier confidence tempered by caution in the face of such a formidable predator. Then, without warning, the anaconda lunges. But the otter family has already been watching closely, and they respond immediately, rushing in as a unified group the moment the attack begins. Otters surround the anaconda from every side, biting and darting in and out, refusing to let the massive snake gain the upper hand or coil around any member of the group. The anaconda thrashes and strikes repeatedly, trying to fend off the persistent group surrounding it, but the otter's coordinated harassment proves too much to overcome. Facing a family unwilling to back down, the anaconda begins to retreat, slithering backward into the dense reeds and abandoning the confrontation entirely. With the threat finally gone, the otter family regroups once more, swimming and resting together along the calm river, their bond reinforced by yet another challenge faced and overcome as a team. Few predators in the Amazon dare to test a family this coordinated, this loyal, and this willing to fight for one another. As the day draws to a close and the golden light begins to fade across the water, the family makes its way back toward the safety of their riverbank den, moving together in a tight, familiar line, just as they have all day. One by one, they disappear inside, safe, together, and ready to rest after a day defined by danger, cooperation, and the extraordinary strength found only in family.